Imagine the conflict over Palestine not as a mere political struggle, but as a divine plan foretold in ancient prophecies. For centuries, empires and nations have tried to resolve this battle, but what if it's beyond human hands? According to the Bible, this land has been a spiritual battleground since ancient times. The Canaanites, Philistines, and Israel's chosen people have all clashed here. This ongoing conflict might hold the key to end times prophecy, with Palestine's fate already sealed in Scripture. Its destined role in the final events of history transforms the narrative into a profound cosmic drama. The conflict over Palestine isn't just a territorial struggle. It's seen as a divine plan, one that transcends human resolutions. To understand this, we look back to Canaan, the ancient land promised by God to Abraham and his descendants. Before the Israelites arrived, Canaan was inhabited by various tribes, collectively known as the Canaanites, who worshipped pagan gods and practiced abhorrent rituals. Genesis 15:16 indicates that God's decision to give Canaan to the Israelites was also an act of judgment against the Canaanites' wickedness. The conquest of Canaan under Joshua is portrayed as fulfilling God's promise to Abraham, making the land's conflict a matter of prophecy, not just politics. Palestine has always been more than a battlefield. It's a land of covenant, promised to Abraham's descendants. The ancient inhabitants, like the Canaanites and Philistines, set the stage for millennia of conflict. The Philistines, a seafaring people from Crete, established powerful city-states like Gaza and Ashkelon around the 12th century BC. They were Israel's constant enemies, famously clashing with David and Goliath. David's triumph wasn't just military, it was spiritual, demonstrating God's power. This ancient struggle imbued the land with profound prophetic significance, making it central to end times prophecy. The battle for Palestine is deeply rooted in divine plans. The Philistines weren't just military foes, they symbolized spiritual opposition to Israel. Worshipping gods like Dagon and Baal, they threatened the purity of Israel's worship. Despite their enmity, they sometimes served as instruments for God's deliverance of Israel, seen in stories of Samson and David. After the Bar Kokhba revolt in AD 135, the Romans renamed the land Palestina, reflecting their ancient enemy. The land changed hands through the Persians, Greeks, Romans, and later Islamic rule, culminating in the Ottoman Empire. Throughout these periods, diverse populations coexisted, setting the stage for modern conflicts. Modern tensions in Palestine trace back to the Ottoman period when Arab Muslims dominated the region. The rise of Zionism in the 19th century, advocating for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, set the stage for the intense 20th century conflict. The Balfour Declaration of 1917 and the establishment of Israel in 1948 further escalated tensions, leading to multiple wars. Beyond politics, the Bible depicts this land as central to God's plan for the end times. Jerusalem especially holds prophetic significance, as seen in Zechariah 12:3, where God declares he will make Jerusalem a focal point in divine plans. Jerusalem, the city chosen by God, holds a unique place in biblical prophecy. It's where King David established his throne and Solomon built the temple. The Bible predicts intense conflict over Jerusalem in the last days, as nations gather against it. Zechariah 12:3 and Joel 3:2 foretell Jerusalem as a burdensome stone and the center of a final divine judgment. This ancient city, where Jesus is prophesied to return as king, remains a focal point of spiritual and geopolitical tension. The ongoing struggle reflects its profound prophetic significance, making it central to end times prophecy. Imagine a land eternally locked in conflict, not just over borders, but as part of a divine prophecy. According to the Bible, the ongoing struggle over Palestine was foretold thousands of years ago. The land promised to Abraham's descendants has been a battleground for millennia. Modern tensions between Jews and Palestinians echo ancient clashes between Israelites and Canaanites. Prophecies in Joel and Revelation speak of divine judgment on nations dividing this land and a final battle in the Valley of Armageddon. This narrative transforms the conflict into a profound spiritual drama with cosmic significance. The biblical conflict over Palestine isn't just political, but deeply spiritual, rooted in the ancient enmity between Isaac and Ishmael, sons of Abraham. Isaac fathered the Israelites, while Ishmael fathered the Arab peoples. Some view this as a prophecy of ongoing strife. Additionally, the Bible references Edom, descendants of Esau, often associated with the Arab nations surrounding Israel. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please give it a like. The book of Obadiah prophesies judgment against Edom for opposing Israel. Despite this, the Bible also offers hope. Isaiah envisions a future of peace where Egypt, Assyria, and Israel live harmoniously, united in worship. Picture a future where modern Palestine and Israel live in harmony, connected by a highway from Egypt to Assyria. The Bible prophesies that Egypt, Assyria, and Israel will unite in worship, blessed by God. This vision of reconciliation includes Palestinians and is part of God's ultimate plan for peace. However, this peace will not come through political efforts, but through the return of the Messiah. For Christians, this Messiah is Jesus Christ, who will establish his kingdom in Jerusalem. Zechariah 14:4 vividly describes this momentous day, where divine intervention brings lasting peace. The Bible foresees a time when Jesus will return, standing on the Mount of Olives, to defeat the nations gathered against Jerusalem. This marks the end of human rule and the start of God's eternal kingdom of peace. According to Isaiah 2:4, Christ will bring justice to all nations, including Palestinians, transforming weapons of war into tools of peace. The Bible suggests that the ongoing conflict over Palestine isn't merely a territorial dispute, but part of a divine plan. True peace will come not through human efforts, but through the Messiah's return, bringing justice, peace, and reconciliation to all.